Buffer my muffin.
Greetings, I'm Rob Chapman.
And I'm the captain.
Guess where we are? Guess where we are?
I give in.
We're at Andertons.co.uk.
Never heard of it.
Home of tiny, small, affordable Vox amplification today.
So, yes, there you go. Never let it be said that all Rob and I do is play multi-billion-pound guitars and guitar amps and pedals all day long.
Well,
because
yesterday we
well, that's
we
true.
did.
And actually for the rest of today we probably
Yes.
will as well. But for now, we are showing you a couple of highly affordable little guitar amplifiers from Vox. Two new guitar amplifiers. The VX1, which Rob is doing here. Strictly speaking, actually, Rob has the VX1 Special. But the only,
of course.
The only thing that makes it special are the two red stripes down the side.
Does it make it go faster?
Yes, absolutely. So the normal VX1 just will just have black stripes rather than red ones. And I have a VX2.
This one's got a bit of Kevlar armour on the front as well.
It does a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, now, do you know what's very rude? I've got gum. So let me just get rid of my gum, because it's very rude to sort of chew
Well, while
gum.
you're doing that, I'll tell them what you did to me this morning. He threw one of these at me. He went, here, Rob,
Sorry.
catch this amp. And I was like, okay, and he threw it quite high in the air, and I managed deftly and swiftly to catch the amplifier to discover that it weighed next to nothing, like a mouse's home.
Like a mouse's home. Like a mouse's home. So, in the world of PA cabinets, it has been completely normal to use plastic moulded, I think it's called ABS is the technical term, plastic moulded cabinetry for years and
bunch
years
of
now, because you get several benefits of what's that? You get several benefits of using plastic cabinetry in PA. You get a lighter PA cabinet. You get one where you can, the injection moulding can put lots of sort of different shapes and stuff inside the cabinet to enhance the resonance of the speaker, so it doesn't have to just be a square box anymore. And it's cheap. The big cost of plastic boxes is the initial tooling up. So it's the buying all of the moulds and the machinery to make it. After that, it literally just squirts molten plastic in.
No,
so
you
it goes,
see,
"Here's an
the
amp,
second
here's an
you
amp,
start
here's an amp, here's an
saying
amp."
plastic boxes, my brain goes, disengage.
Yes.
Not interested.
So it's, I think, so these are plastic boxes, but with wooden baffles. So normal speaker, but wooden baffle, plastic box. And what Vox say is that what they've done is they've used a chunk of the saving that they've made by using a plastic box. They've used to sort of upgrade the ampness in it, if you like. So the technology in there.
I actually think they sound pretty good.
Yes.
I'm not going to say they sound great.
No.
I'm not going to say they sound bad. I think they sound all right.
I think price-wise, the smaller one is well under £100.
Wow.
And the bigger one is just like a smidgen over.
Well under £100. Let me just show you what you get for that.
Yeah.
I've dialed in my custom-made Wando guitar with scallop frets and a bunch of bare knuckle goodness and some Seymour Duncan goodness through this lovely Vox, and I've dialed it into the boogie type cloned sound. And I've discovered with digiamps, normally, if you go for the highest gain sound and then back off the volume, for some reason you get a nice broken clean.
You do, yes.
Better, in my opinion, than if you go for a clean channel and try and get a broken clean. If I tap in the central position, I get this nice... And then, of course, if I bring that full force in, it's ungodly.
So
it's a bit mushy on the choppy. There's not a lot of bass response or clarity because it's a teeny thing.
Hard to be critical of a product that costs, like...
But what I'm saying is, it does the broken blues to the kind of rocky lead.
Yeah.
He just said it's the price of a Chinese takeaway.
Well, four people go out for something to dinner.
Yeah, but this is exactly what I'm saying.
Like Pizza Hut. That's the price of one of these.
Well, yeah, but to get like a broken clean through to like a pretty good rock lead tone for the price of a Chinese takeaway is pretty good.
Now I'm going to say, I have to be totally honest with you and say I think the downside of the plastic boxes is that it makes the amps look affordable. Now, but that's really my only real criticism. I like the fact that they're about a third of the weight of like an equivalent wooden little combo.
I really enjoy the fact they've put little stitching marks on the plastic handle to make it look like it's leather stitched.
This is the pretend stitch. Yeah.
I think that just adds to the affordable kind of look, to be honest with you. But, so Rob's amp is a 15-watt combo with a 6.5-inch speaker. I think that is 6.5-inch speaker. Mine is a 30-watt with an 8-inch speaker. The other thing that my amp will do that Rob's won't do is my amp has a USB connection and comes with like a free version of Vox's Jambox, which gives you almost sort of infinite editing options for. For this combo in terms of making different amp sounds and adding effects. But other than that, the two amps basically have the same sort of top panel. So we've got 11 different amp models, built-in tuner, the ability to store patches. You can use Vox's VF5 sort of programmable foot switch if you want to be able to recall more patches. It's got quite a clever kind of power amp emulation thing here, so you can actually completely gun the gain and the volume of your amp model, but turn the power output down a bit.
Yeah, because when we were dialing in tones, Lee was saying to me, "Where's on my low end?" And I said, "Well, you need to bring in the power section because it does replicate the low end you'd get from driving those power amp valves."
Ironically, in this particular instance, I would actually say that if you are just using this in very low volume environments, I actually think Rob's amp sounds better, so the cheaper amp I think sounds a bit better for very low. So the bigger amp needs to be you know, wellied up a little bit. So I think, you know, if you were sort of thinking, I do want this because, you know, my buddy's got a bass guitar or whatever, or a little drum kit, and I just want to be able to sort of, you know, bash around at sort of slightly higher volume levels, then get the second one. But what else? Last couple of features it has: headphone output on both amps, and auxiliary in, which is for where you would sort of plug a backing track in via an iPhone or something like that. So let's just do, I tell you what we'll do is we'll quickly I'll just call up a spring reverb, and we'll just literally whiz through the basic
All right.
Voices. So this is a Fender Deluxe. Every time I use the word of another manufacturer, of course, that's not written on the amplifier. That's just my interpretation of what I think they're trying to do, if you know what I mean. So this is a little deluxe, Fender Deluxe type thing. Here comes a Tweed 410, so like a Bassman, I guess. I've got the gain at about 12 o'clock, so you could clean these up if you wanted to, or you could even drive them a bit harder, but I'm just leaving it at the sort of middle point. Boutique clean, don't know what that's supposed to be, but it's boutique.
That's actually very nice. That's good. Yeah. That's a good sound.
Boutique overdriven. Vox Ac30.
Can I just stop and say that was nice too?
Yeah, bit farty, I thought.
I'm trying to work out what that's mimicking. Do you think it's a matchless or a?
I don't know, I mean, boutique could be any one of a
probably a BadCat.
Something.
What's this?
You realise that the guy that owns BadCat has just turned in his grave. That he's sort of gone. I think this little £79 amp sounds like a £3,000 bag.
What's this then?
This is the Vox Ac30. So this is the. You'll have to go for a bit more gun, a bit more Brian May, I think.
All right. Well, it sounds exactly like Brian May.
It's
so
not got anything like.
It's also put my guitar out of tune, Lee, so that's not very good.
Put the coil tap, as in don't have a coil tap.
Oh,
it isn't.
No,
sorry,
this is everything I've got, Lee.
Oh, crikey.
Yes, crikey.
Wow, there we go. Do you know, that's always, ironically...
The one thing it's trying to emulate, that it emulates the worst.
I don't think any modelling amplifier does a good AC30, to be honest.
Not even Vox.
But it's almost a shame that Vox can't. Here's an AC30 top boost. Cool. Actually, the top boost was better, wasn't it?
That was all right, man.
Then we've got a 1959, which is the Plexi, so Marshall Plexi.
That's good.
It's in the ballpark.
That made me want to play guitar.
JCM 800.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's all right.
That's all right, yeah. Let me just tune this bad boy.
It sounded just like him.
It's actually pretty good. Revere outside. Ah!
Then we've got a...
Wait, more JCM 800.
Okay.
Because that actually is... That's a good sound for practicing with.
So what we're about to exclusively announce to YouTube is the Dorje albums now had to be postponed for 6 months while Rob re-records all the guitar tracks using a Vox VX1.
Is absolutely not happening.
British Vintage Modern, which I'm guessing is again Marshall Vintage Modern.
Yeah. That's how you grow a tree scale.
One last one. Oh no, 2 more ones. There's a Soldano.
Nice.
Here we go.
That's actually pretty good too, man. We're getting more and more impressed.
More impressed as we go. And the last one, which is the one that we did the jam with, which is the dual rec.
It's just the dual rec, so it just sounds.
And I should just remind everybody again, I'm using every setting on this just at 12 o'clock. So don't forget anything that Rob's played. You could add a bit more bass, treble, gain, take away, whatever. But so these are all sort of ballpark.
You could add takeaway to it.
You could have a takeaway as well. There's enough change to it.
That old chestnut.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally much prefer that when it's like.
So look, mix of tones there, you know, some
surprised?
Pretty good ones and some not so good ones, but you know, overall, yeah, pretty pleasantly surprised.
So
let me just I'll put you back on that boutique clean, which I think was the best clean sound, and then just quickly whiz through the effects that, again, you can apply any of these effects to any of the tones. We've got chorus, flanger, phase or tremolo. So here we go.
I'll play you some Nickelback for this because I think Nickelback need a bit more, you know, promotion than they get. He's got plenty of flange now.
Plenty of flange in
yeah,
fairness,
man.
hasn't he?
And also, I like their song together. I thought that was really good.
Avril Lavigne. I can't even say her name.
We wrote a song about Avril Lavigne once, didn't we?
Did we?
Say her name.
Avril. I can't even say it. Avril. Avril Lavigne. Laverne. Avon.
Are you serious?
The skater girl.
You can't do
Avril Lavigne.
Yeah!
Yay! Woo! God, that's complicated.
That was really funny.
It's a good job it's not me getting married to her, isn't it? I'd never be able to say her name.
Well, yeah.
Anyway. So that was it. I mean, obviously, dead easy. There's one knob, you just dial it around till you find an effect that you like and then you leave it. I know
Right,
what Rob's doing.
what am I doing?
You want phaser, do you? And you've been
No,
playing
no,
some
no,
Joe Satriani.
No, not at all.
No, at all. No.
A bit of this. Sounds great.
So
that
there
was
you
the
go.
best sound so far.
So look, I'll put a link in the description section below so you can go and find out more. I think it's important for you guys, you know, if you like the sound of these amplifiers, follow the link, read up about what Vox does. So if you're kind of thinking, oh yeah, I like the idea of being able to plug it into my computer, doing a bit of recording, editing the sounds up a bit more. And maybe you're thinking, do you know what, I need an amplifier with just a tiny little bit more volume than just bedroom stuff. And then maybe the VX2 is the one for you. But if you've liked the sounds that Rob's got and you think, I'm just going to use this in my bedroom, that's it, VX1 all the way.
You know what? Do you go on holiday? If you do go on holiday and you want to take a guitar and that with you, stick that in your briefcase or in your suitcase. You don't care if it gets lost at customs or crushed by people at the customs or falls out of the airplane and buries someone in the field. It's affordable.
Yeah, it is. It just looks affordable, but I don't want to end on a negative note.
No, that wasn't negative because I think there's a valuable. I mean, I love things like, for example, the Micro Cube and the little Crush Series amps. There's a big place in my heart for affordable amplification, and we got some great, genuine, really good tones in the room. And that I'm not sure they're going to translate in YouTube from this little tiny amplifier.
You'll notice that unlike the bulk of the amp demos we do where we use a ribbon microphone and a dynamic microphone, we just kind of thought if we put other mics in front of here you wouldn't be able to see the
There's no room.
So we're just using the SM57s, so it may not quite capture some of the depth that we're getting in the actual
You know what?
room.
By this point, these guys know when we're being genuine and when we're not. And genuinely, you get some good tones out of these. Yeah. And for what's the price of that?
I think it's 79 quid or 89
79 quid. I've had meals for more. In fact, I think I did yesterday.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's relatively speaking now. This is why we always go on about, you know, you talk about, we talk about some of the expensive products that you can come and buy.
Yeah.
And that's fine and lovely if you've got that kind of dough. But the one thing that's completely not up for debate is that 2015, and has without doubt been the best year ever for guitarists in the history of playing electric guitar ever, for just getting good quality affordable gear. Yeah, man. And actually that and I say 2015, I'm sort of, all I mean is kind of like, and I'm sure 2016 will be better again and 2017 will be better again. You know, it's just amazing now what, you know, like £200 will just buy you a cracking.
Well, when I was
guitar,
a kid,
a cracking little amplifier, and you're set to go. Aren't
when
you?
I was a kid, you know what I got that would have equalled that? 2 of those little Marshall amps that you stick together, put on your belt, and run around and go, Dad, look at me, Dad, look at me.
And that would have sounded terrible.
Well, yeah.
And you had a guitar with an action like this.
I had a white Falcon Strat copy.
I talked to friends of my dad who had to learn to play guitar in the 50s and the 60s.
With elastic bands and cardboard.
Oh man, I tell you, and you just think you haven't even lived, have you? You don't know how lucky you are. Anyway, look, enough.
Yes, I've definitely been Rob Chapman.
And I've probably been the captain.
Avast.
British.